Hey, good morning to you. 11 minutes after 8 o'clock. It's Island Tea. Wednesday, November 7, 2024. Words to live by, words to start your day by. That's for sure. That's Nardo HD. Big up to Bernardo Phipps. And don't forget, you can go to iTunes and pick up his Carnival EP, remastered version of Happiness, and another hot soca track called Revelers in the Street. St. Kitts Nevis is my home. And that's going to be getting a lot of play for Carnival and beyond, that's for sure. Just reminding you that you can also watch Island Tea on TVC. That's TV Caribbean on the cable's TV system. All right. I'm all alone for the moment, so this is a good time to ask my listeners to engage wherever possible. All right. And just letting the listeners know, the ones listening online, you can let the folks listening via radio to ask them to, at the very least, check their reception on their radios. At least where I live, it's gotten a lot better. So it's very possible that a lot of people who were frustrated by being unable to catch us via radio, just stop checking in frustration. So this would be a good time to check your radio and actually report back to me on what the reception is like. It's gotten a lot better home. So, and I'm thinking I'm not the only person. So people like Jam Down and Eli X and so on, who have been saying, Pamela Wall have been saying they can't catch it via radio. I think it may have gotten better. So you guys check and let me know how it sounds, because it sounds a lot better home where I live. And I usually have my setup at home, because of where I live. It's a pretty good barometer of what reception is like in the Bastille Valley. So you guys check your radios, check 98.9 and tell me, at least let me know how it's sounding. All right. So we got no Kortensia is off today, and Jay, I'm not sure if he's gonna show up today. It'd be nice if he did. But in the meantime, it's Wednesday, and it's the day when let's see. It's the middle of the week where some people probably start preparing for the weekend and stuff. A little early, don't you think? But anyway, you could start preparing Thursday night maybe. But yeah, it is what it is. Some people start preparing for the weekend on Wednesdays. So I got a comment. Someone said our reception is still very poor in Frigate Bay. Yeah, reception is always pretty poor in Frigate Bay at the best of times, actually. So that's not really saying much. But because there's this area in Frigate Bay, right, where, when you're driving over, there are two areas that are like black holes. You get there, you're listening to the radio, fine, and then you get to these areas and it's just static. And I think there's one that's sort of between the first roundabout and the second roundabout, somewhere in there. And I know sometimes when you're going down the hill, the hill from, close to Sugars, you can't catch anything there either. So I don't know. So we're still working on it, but I know where I live, it's gotten a lot better. So, but thanks for the feedback. Okay. I didn't even see who I didn't even see the person that sent that. Let me see. I'm trying to find the person who sent that message. Okay. Who was that person? Okay. Okay. Okay, reception is still very poor in Frigate Bay. Have to listen on iPad. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah. Okay, well, we are working on it, and like I was saying, where I live, I couldn't listen to Win FM in my because of how my house is. The kitchen, there's a radio in the kitchen, right? And that's always a pretty good barometer of where we are. Like, if I can't catch Win FM on that radio, I was like, okay, there's something up at this level, this level transmitter. Then there's a boombox in the bedroom, which is at the northeast end of the house, right? That one I always know when there's something up at the Spooners transmitter site. So I haven't been able to catch, haven't been able to listen to Win FM in the kitchen for about must be like 3 months. And over the last week, I would say it got a little better with some static, but listenable. You could actually hear something. And then yesterday it got a lot better, like almost no static, maybe like 5% static, but much better. I could actually listen to part of the news this morning. Last night, listened to On the Ball last night with Biff, which, by the way, is a sports talk program that happens on Tuesday nights from 7 to 9 with Troy Biff Mills. So I actually listened to that for the first time in a long while, actually while in the living room with the radio on, so that was good. But I take the point that person in Frigate Bay, has an issue. But like I said, there's always been an issue over there, I guess, because of those mountains, right? Those hills, rather. Okay, so we are working on it. So I'd like to hear from someone living. Oh yeah, good. It was good that person told me where they lived, Frigate Bay. So that's great. So it would be nice if, when you send me the feedback, you let me know where you live, so I kind of have an idea of your geographical location and some of the geographical features that might be affecting, that may or may not affect transmission. All right. So good. So I have some feedback from Frigate Bay. I know this person said they have to listen on their iPad, so they're using the internet. Okay, so if I could get some feedback from the Bastille Valley, that would be nice. I live in the Bastille Valley. I live up in the Bladen area, so if I could get someone maybe who lives in the village, or Chetty, how about some feedback from you? Speaking of my boy there, Chetty at the Meltway, DJ Legal. Okay, so that's Nardo HD, by the way. Revelers in the Street. This is one of the dopest tunes for Carnival. Dopest groovy soca tunes, hands down. I want the world to know. Hey, 21, that's Nardo HD. Don't forget you can go buy that on iTunes. Support the homegrown talent. Revelers in the Street. Caller on the phone. Go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Jamsta.
Hey, what's up? I'm cool. What's up?
I'm blessed, highly favored, and giving thanks. Thanks for plugging the show on the ball
Mm-hmm.
a few moments ago.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
A gentleman called in. Well, we had the St. Kitts and Nevis Weightlifting Association on the show last night, and we always try to have a guest of some sort. And when I say guest, an entity.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, we have had 2 or 3, but we had weightlifting last night. They're going off to Barbados tomorrow, I think it is, for competition. So I wish them all the best. But why I really called, the gentleman called in and he indicated that Winston Wade Davis, a former national player, he's from Molyneux.
Mm-hmm.
He captained the St. Kitts team. He also played for the Leeward Islands. Some persons felt that he should have gone on to greater things, but we from St. Kitts and what we were going through, he didn't. But he informed us that he passed very recently at the JNF. So, on behalf of the sporting community, the cricket fraternity, especially here in SP with the Bestby, on behalf of my personal behalf, I extend condolences to the family. I would have umpired quite a few games with him in the local league here, as well as the Leeward Islands tournament. And he was always a fierce competitor. And I think he's going to be tremendously missed. I think I heard he used to bat number 3 way back when, but when I started umpiring, he was batting more in the middle order, 4, 5, 6, and he used to try a little thing with his off break, or straight break, as it were. And our people, our sportsmen, sportswomen, they are transitioning to the great beyond, somewhat fast and furious. Just a few weeks ago, we had Jabba Chapman.
Well, please don't remind me.
And
Jabba was one of my favorite people as a kid. You know, used to live in the neighborhood. You know, one of those kind of really community-minded people that you looked up to and so on. You know.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
And as the president of the St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis Association, we lost an executive member, the late Hastings Daniel, out of Nevis.
Yes.
And he will be laid to rest on Saturday in Nevis. And that was tragic because I think just maybe the week before, he would have buried his wife. And he followed the following week.
Wow.
So, on behalf of the St. Kitts and Nevis Table Tennis Association and the Table Tennis Fraternity, we extend condolences to his son Ron and other family members.
And Hensley is his brother, right?
Yes, Hensley is his brother.
Hensley. Well, belated condolences to my friend Hensley. Yes.
Indeed, and both of them very outspoken.
Yeah.
And I believe Hastings may have been the more outspoken one from my interactions with him. Hensley may have been a little more subtle, a little more, also people say sugarcoating what he would have said. Well, you didn't have to worry what what Hastings thought or felt. He would let you know. And I like them kind of people,
Yeah.
But he's going to be a tremendous loss. And he was a tremendously community-minded man. I think he's been around sport from the 80s, since I got involved in umpiring. He was the secretary of the Nevis Cricket Association way back when, I think. Because I remember umpiring in Nevis and had to engage him several times. But that's how it is. So condolences once again, Jamsta.
Yes.
And have a good day, sir.
Yeah, too. And thanks for, thanks for pointing out some of the, because thanks for pointing out those people we've lost. Because, these people have had an influence on the community across the board. You know, so because even Hastings, just from even hanging out in Nevis, or even just listening news, he was like a giant figure in Nevis, right?
Correct.
As far as the community and the social milieu over there, So yeah.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. And Jabba, the way and actually that name actually sounds familiar. I wouldn't be surprised if I know that person. At least by sight,
Okay.
at least on sight, yeah. So,
Mm-mm.
yeah, so.
And well, I hope the St. Kitts Cricket Association, they really do something and be present and reach out to the family and comfort them, because that is something that we, as in my humble view, associations and organizations don't do a very good job at, reaching out and supporting, encouraging, because when we lose a loved one, it's never easy. I think he was living overseas. He was living in St. Thomas. The gentleman said he came back to St. Kitts. I'm not clear if he came back to St. Kitts and got ill, or because he got ill, he came back to St. Kitts for treatment, because, it's much cheaper here, whatever treatment available. I know some people would have left the States, come down for dentist work and things like that. So I'm not clear. But hey, a tremendous guy. He was a tremendous guy.
But Biff, I can't let you go without having you put on another hat for a bit.
Okay.
So I want you to put on your judge hat now.
Mm-hmm.
Your carnival slash judge hat. I had Monarch here yesterday, the first episode of Sugar Fix. It's gonna be 9 to 9:30 on Tuesday mornings for the rest of the season, or for most of the rest of the season. And I noticed that they now have two sets of judges for the soca for the soca Monarch. So you have one set of judges for Power and another set of judges for Groovy. What are your thoughts on that? I'm just curious because just curious. I don't really have an opinion either way. I just thought it was interesting because I know that's what they do with the pageants and so. And one of our judging colleagues I spoke to, he said he thought that it was he didn't really have a problem with it because he thought that it made. He said because he does pageants as well, and he was saying that it's actually not a bad idea when you just concentrate on. It's like you put your mind in that let's say power mode or groovy mode, and you're stuck in that. And the fact that the criteria on both sides are slightly different, right? So what he's saying is, at least you're in power mode or groovy mode, and he thinks it makes for a better adjudication. What do you think?
I like the idea. I think it's a very good idea. This is the first time I'm hearing about it. I didn't realize it was done. I had an engagement Friday, and by the time I reached down, the reigning monarch, Ras Kelly, was performing. And to me, it was a very decent crowd down at Kortensia. I didn't get to go to the one on Saturday. I had another engagement. I think it's a good idea from the angle, because there are so many. We have the pool of judges we have. Some judges may not get a chance to be engaged. I'm not certain for any particular year. What this does is it allows greater opportunities for the judges. And the chances are, because with 4 soca show, and again, some judges may only be soca, they may not be judging calypso and steel pan. So with that, you now have an additional opportunity. Well, not an. You're going to have at least 2 additional opportunities, because if the semifinals were like that, chances are the finals may very well be. I don't know. But in terms of the concentrating, in my humble view, a judge is a judge.
Okay.
And once you know your wits, whether you judge groovy or soak or the power, whether it's in the same night or a week apart, and especially, like I said, if you're a good judge, you'll be judging. It's not anything new or strange to you. It perhaps means that after you've judged the first section, in the finals, where both judging will happen the same night, both elements, after you've done the first one, then groovy is normally first. It means that you could go and hang out with a chick or two, or the madam, or whatever the case is, and enjoy the other half of the show, rather than abandoning her for the entire show and that sort of stuff. So, less pressure on the judge, I believe, and the judges will be fresh, as it were. Because once you start, you're going to be fresh for the groovy. But when you're coming for the power, not having judge for that night, you'll be somewhat fresh.
But and then also, yeah, and then also, you could say half the exertion, because as opposed to doing both groovy and power, you're doing you're doing just one. Mm-hmm. So half of whatever the complement is.
Indeed. Plus, normally when before an athlete runs a race, well, any sport you're into, you warm up before the sport. So perhaps the groovy section, judging the groovy section, may be considered a warm up for the power section. So that element, and I'm not being figurative here, but that sort of element is lost. But I like the idea.
Okay.
Especially for the fact that it allows more judges to get an opportunity to be involved in the whole hierarchy of it.
Okay.
What I found strange about those show Jamsta, I don't know if it's a new dimension the Carnival Committee is taking. On the night, they didn't call out the scores of the 7 they selected. And I have not seen any scores of the finalists. Normally, our tradition, our culture here in St. Kitts and Nevis and in other countries would be to call out the scores, how many points you got. But that wasn't done. I don't know if it was an oversight. I don't know if it's something deliberate. It's a new dispensation. And somehow I like that idea. As a matter of fact, way back when I suggested to the Carnival Committee that I believe we should adopt a situation like Trinidad. If I'm not mistaken, for the finals in Trinidad Calypso, they call out from last place up to first place and the points you get. And here we only call out the top 3 or top 4 points.
Yeah. Okay, Ben, I gotta leave it there for now because we have Social Security, their in-store segment. It's
no problem,
every
sir.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Have a good day.
Okay, great. Well, this was great. We need to do this more often.
Yeah, definitely, no problem.
All right, cool.
But you're gonna tell you what we hear.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
SL Hustle and Company and the Caribou says to mark the date as Thursday, November 28th, you pay nothing at the gate when the legends Calypso 10 returns to the Melt Away in Buckley site. It was so nice, we're doing it twice. On stage, Lady Diva, Empress Lyrics, The Undertaker, The Ijo, The Invincible, Lady Correct, Westside, Lady Legacy, Lucius, Alamolu, Taz, Rico, and more. Master of Ceremonies, The Cutter, live and direct at the Meltaway. See you there.
She wake it up from the graveyard.
TVC Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TVC Financial Services. We are strong. TVC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Caution. Merry Christmas. Look at New Year coming. Yeah. Your money dead. There we go. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare Him rule. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Murder, feel the rhythm, boy. I mean, feel the spirit. Caution, Christmas coming to you now. Listen.
Well, it's time for that Social Security segment, which is held The last Wednesday in every month, we have Camilla Lawrence and her colleagues showing up to do their usual monthly PR for Social Security. We got Beyond Basu in the meantime. I think you said Camilla is on the way, right?
Yeah, well, we have one other person.
One other
joining,
person.
But it's not
Okay.
Camilla.
So what's up?
Pretty okay.
Okay.
Just here to speak the good word about Social Security.
Okay.
And just share some information with the public. Let them know what's happening, what we've been doing, and what we definitely will continue bringing to the general public and the people of St. Kitts and Nevis.
So let's hear it.
I think I hear Sandra behind me. Oh, yeah, so throughout the entire year, we've been very busy at Social Security, spreading the word about Social Security reform. This is something that has to happen and will be happening very soon. We are a mature fund, and so we have to make the necessary adjustments to make sure that we can sustain the fund for many, many years and many, many generations to come. So throughout the entire year and even years before this year, we've been out and about just sensitizing the public about what Social Security reform is and getting their engagement so that they would be able to give their input and share what they expect from Social Security when it comes to reform. So we spend a lot of time, like I said, throughout the entire year, just spreading the word, just sharing information with the public. We've been to schools. We start in primary schools. We do the high schools. Wherever you are, we would visit you. Just a moment. Yes, so we go to churches. We speak to church groups. Is it working? Are you hearing anything? Sorry.
Okay, so we have Sandra from Social Security also just joined us. Can't tell her good morning quite yet. She doesn't have her headphones on yet. But yeah, we got two Social Security people here at the moment. So 8:39, and we got Beyond Basu and Sandra DaCosta. Yeah, okay.
Yes, so I had to get Sandra seated and connected. Yes,
so we're ready to rumble.
Yes.
Sandra, good morning. What's up? How are you doing?
You hearing him?
You're not hearing me? Okay. Say something.
Good morning.
Yeah, so I'm hearing you, right? Mm.
Okay. Great. So as I was saying, so we spend a great deal of time in the public domain just letting people know what's happening with Social Security. We've had many community outings where we would go to different community centers, churches, schools, and speak about Social Security and the reform agenda. We have had many live presentations, all the information that you need to know and that is available. We find every means possible to put it out there so that every single person knows and has the information about Social Security and Social Security reform.
So I assume, for example, when you go to the schools, you guys break it down for the kids.
Yeah, definitely.
About how Social Security works and so on.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
We have what I like to call a soft introduction to Social Security. And we usually start with the grade sixes. And we make it relatable. We make it fun. We have role play where different students are encouraged to play the role of employer, employees, a Social Security compliance officer, or even the family of somebody who is covered by Social Security, because we want them to see firsthand how Social Security works and affects everybody. And it's really something to see at the end of these sessions when we tell the students, hey, these are real life people that we see every day at Social Security. That bad employer that you were depicting, we have those. The good employer, the one that's in between, the employee who will go to their boss and say, don't take out any money for social, give me everything in my hand, and then she end up in a hole where she's not covered, but she's sick. And, they are shocked to learn that this role play, these are actually real life people that we see every day at Social Security. So yeah, we do make a very conscious effort to make sure that it's delivered in a way that the school children, they could understand. And you'll be surprised, many of them know a lot about Social Security, even in grade 6. There are some who I sometimes see on the street and they will shout, "Hey, Mr. Basso, my grandmother getting she pension, eh?" So they're receiving the message, they understand, and if at that age they can do it, then any one of us out there in public could understand the importance of Social Security and how it works and why it exists.
Maybe they're just pocket watching grandma. No, just playing. Okay. Sandra.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while Beyond is speaking about reform, I would just like to remind our customers of becoming a pensioner. We still have our persons at 62 years not claiming.
Really? You have people not claiming?
Yes. And they still have this mindset that they are employed, and because they're employed, they cannot claim their age benefit at age 62. Then you have those who in the diaspora, where they is 65, at 65 years old, they become a pensioner. So they think that's the same thing here in St. Kitts Nevis. But we want to remind persons that at 62, you receive age benefit, whether it's a one-time payment, which we call an age grant, or an age pension. We don't want to have to forfeit persons' benefit after you've worked to be entitled to become an age pensioner. And that is what's happening. Persons are losing benefit because of their lateness of claiming. We send out letters to persons 2 months before their birthday, letting them know that, age 62 is approaching and they need to submit their benefit form. Unfortunately, some of these letters do not reach our customers because maybe they have moved from the address that we have or they're living overseas. So again, to all those who are hearing our voices here, St. Kitts Nevis and the diaspora, please remember that you become an age benefit recipient at age 62. Claim and claim on time. And it's important to keep your information relevant at Social Security. So we have persons who come home for the different festivals that we have here. We have lots of festivals here in St. Kitts Nevis. Christmas is approaching, it's exciting, and in all the fun, remember to visit Social Security. Give us your present, current information where you are. Our life certificate holders out there again, don't forget to submit your life certificate. Notarize at this time also, so that you can receive your benefit and receive it in a timely manner.
Question. So you're saying you can actually pay to people who live abroad?
Once they qualify. Once they qualify, because you may not qualify for age pension, which is monthly, but you qualify for a one-time payment, which is an age grant. Nevertheless, make your claim on time. And you can call us. We have WhatsApp numbers. Okay. So you can call to find out where you're at, if you're unsure. Our WhatsApp numbers for Customer Relations Department is 668-2545 and 662-8479. Our Customer Corporate Office has a WhatsApp number.
We also have a number, 667-2535. And you could call us straight, you could send a WhatsApp message, you could WhatsApp call us. We're there to provide the support that you need.
Sounds good. Okay. Go on. You guys, I'm sure you guys have more to talk about.
Yes, so we throughout the year we've been really busy, like I said, preaching the message about social security and social security reform. We also would like to mention or highlight our contributions annually to national health care and national security. These are part of our corporate social responsibility, and every year we donate, we contribute to the government, not the government, well, healthcare and national security. We also have a drive that we do every December. It's our Christmas cheer drive, and we go out and we share care packages to the elderly and differently able persons. And we have that drive coming up in December. I think it's around the 15th or 16th of December. And so we go from community to community in teams on both St. Kitts and Nevis, and we give out some cheer packages to elderly and different persons in the different communities. It's something that we look forward to every year, and it's something that I know a lot of the pensioners and different persons look forward to. There are many times when we go to deliver these packages, and you'll be surprised to hear persons say, hey, thank God for this, because you're the first person I've seen like a week or 2 weeks. Sometimes we have to stop and talk or sing a song, but it's always a fulfilling moment for us, and we really enjoy that. So look out for us in your communities, and we encourage others in the public and whatever space you might hold to basically come on board and do things like this for the elderly and differently able persons, because there's so many persons out there who could do with the extra assistance. And so we're really happy to push this drive every year, every December.
Sounds good.
Good.
Sandra.
So I'm going to speak about contributions. Our customers need to keep checking to make sure that their contributions are being paid by their employer. It is your future. Come in and see where you're at in your contributions. Now, at this time of the year, we are going to be having so much requests for contribution statements, because our customers who are non-citizens would need to renew their work permit. So come in and check to see if your contribution history is up to date by your employer. We normally get a rush at this time because persons have to apply to national security to get it their work permit updated. And national security would be requiring a certain amount of contribution from our customers based on, we are now in November. So we know that October contributions would be in just now. Come in and see where you're at to not delay your work permit. I mean, it takes time to process and all of that. So and not just our non-citizens who need their work permit. Everyone in general, your contributions to Social Security is really all about your future. So keep checking. It's simple. You pass in the office. I mean, we are centralized. You have to pass Social Security go just about anywhere. Mm-hmm. Come in and see where you are at. And just in case your contributions are outstanding, we have a compliance department. We've filled with several inspectors, and they have the expertise to make sure that your contribution is paid and paid in a timely manner. So please follow up with your contribution history at Social Security.
Yeah, we stress very often about the importance of checking on your contributions, and for some strange reason, some people miss the message, because we everywhere we go, on the radio, television, social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, in public, at fairs, at schools, at the hospital, in churches, we spread the message, but a lot of people still sometimes misses the message. So even persons out there listening right now, you may be close to someone who has never done it, or maybe you can just nudge them, tell them, remind them, ask them when was the last time they themselves checked to make sure that their employer is doing the correct thing, is making the contributions on their behalf, and that the Social Security records actually reflect that their employer is paying the benefit for them. Because too often we see situations where persons try to claim for sick benefit or whatever benefit we provide at Social Security, and then there is a delay in processing the claim because the employer was not up to date, was not contributing on behalf of that person. So we really like to settle claims in a speedy manner, and so we encourage persons out there to come in and check, like Mr. Silver say, check. We are very centralized. Sometimes you go to KFC is right next to us. While you're waiting for your food, run across and ask us for your contribution statement. You're going to catch a bus or the boat, go an extra 10 or 15 minutes before your ride and pop in on us and ask about your contribution statement. You buy Rams shopping, you're in Courts, come to Social Security and ask for a copy of your statement. It shows the persons you are working for and the contributions that they pay on your behalf. And you definitely don't want to fall behind and miss out on the benefits that you are entitled to from Social Security. So please, we implore, we beg, come in and ask about your contribution statement.
Okay, I have a question. Say 8:53. People listening, it's the Social Security in-store usual program we have the last Wednesday in every month, where they do their monthly PR. Gwyneth Samuel up in the U.S. Gwyneth, your first question disappeared because I switched to something, and when I came back, it was gone. But correct me if my memory is correct. She has a second question, but I'm going to do the first. First question was, she was wondering if there's like an online portal for you to do your address and stuff. And
yes, so you could go to our website, socialsecurity.kn, and all of the forms are there for you to do updates. There's a status update form where you could submit your information, your where you live, any changes in name, and you would have to send it back to us via email, of course, but you would have to get it notarized before you do so. So yes, there's a portal, there's an option to do it online. It's www.socialsecurity.kn. And you could also call or message any of the WhatsApp numbers for any information that you may need to do any of the updates or any business with Social Security.
yeah. I think the second question actually was sort of a repeat of the first question. So
Okay.
yeah, because I guess she wanted y'all to know that she was overseas. I know she's overseas, but
Okay.
so,
Yeah, the
but
option is
uh-huh.
there for overseas persons.
Okay. All right.
All right, so I want to speak to self-employed persons. Self-employed persons have ceased paying for one reason or another. They have ceased paying their contributions. And I want to remind the self-employed persons, it's time to start again. I know they're thinking about fines and all of that, but come in and have a conversation. We are going to direct you, educate you to the way forward. So don't stay out and say, "Oh, I have not paid for the year, so I don't know how to restart." Yes, you can restart, and you can restart today. We will educate you as the best way forward. Remember, again, that your contributions are your life. And as a self-employed person, you are really responsible for your future. What I hear some self-employed persons are saying, I've already got 500 contribution, so I am entitled to a monthly age benefit when I become 62. As you have been hearing throughout this year, we are on a reform journey, so that 500 contribution will change. So I don't want to hear a person saying, but I was already at it, and now I don't qualify. You are working, You are supposed to contribute to Social Security. Now, for the self-employed, you can change your category every January and July each year. And you can change your category up, one step up as the case may be, until you are 52. At 52, you can only change it once per year, and that is January. At 57 years of age, there are no changes. So, self-employed persons, please visit our office, get reconnected to Social Security. We are here to serve you, and we will serve you and serve you well. Don't be afraid. And if you're afraid to even come in, because some persons don't want to actually come in person to make a telephone call, so you can bridge that gap with a telephone call, and then you can come in and speak to us. It is very important to see about your future, just like how the self-employed is seeing about their future. Contribute, contribute, contribute.
Okay, we got 3 minutes until 9 o'clock. I give you guys the last word. You guys can maybe toss a coin to see who's going to go first.
So I will say again the importance of updating all your information at Social Security. So you will update your addresses. You will update your contact persons. So if we want to reach you and we cannot reach you, okay, we can reach you through the contact name that you give us. And telephone numbers. For some reason, our telephone numbers change just about every day. So we need your telephone number. That is how we are going to reach you. And it's so easy, because you could come at our front desk at Customer Relations, and you just tell us, I'm just here to update. We have the forms where you can update your addresses.
I didn't understand that comment. You said for some reason, meaning people have excuses, meaning saying, I called this number and I didn't. You said for some reason our telephone numbers change every day.
Yeah,
what did you mean?
Okay. Yeah, because we have telephone numbers
to
reach you, but those telephone numbers are no longer valid. And we walk through your contact person that you have there. Maybe that person is no longer your contact person.
Oh, you mean the telephone numbers for the contributors?
Yes.
For the customers.
Yes, for the customers.
Oh, I thought you meant. Okay.
No, yes.
Right.
So we need you. We need all the information about you, so we can reach you when we need to reach you. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's very important.
Sometimes we miss the messages, like I said earlier, about Social Security, the importance of coming in and checking on your contributions, and even for the self-employed persons, making sure you contribute. Now, this is Christmas and Carnival, and sometimes we get all caught up in the festivities, the parade, the fetes, and it's all good because it's that time of the year when we all could come together and just release and let go and let down our hair. But during all of that, remember Social Security. Remember the importance of contributing and checking, because January morning, you know what has happened? Everybody's sick. Everybody have an injury. Somebody twisted the ankle in the band. And it's one place you come in, and that's down to Social Security. So in all the fun and frolic, remember Social Security. Make sure that you're covered. So in the event, January morning, you're sick, you're unable to go to work, you know that you are covered by Social Security. So don't forget about us, please. When you jam with us on your mind. All right?
Okay. So like the preachers and the Rastafarians say, Sila. Nice. Nice wrap up. Okay, let's take, I think you have a call coming. Let's take the call. It's 9 o'clock, but, we always want to hear from the listeners. Caller, go right ahead.
Hi, good morning. I have a question. Mr. Silva mentioned something about regarding the reforms, that the contributions, which is now 500 contributions, might eventually change. I'm 5 years from 62. When I was home in 2019, I already trekked. So would that affect me in any way? Because I'm looking forward to the next 5 years. So I hope I don't have to put in any more. Are you there?
I'm here. Okay, so I hear you, but you did not mention.
I'm really hoping I don't, because the last time I made contribution was 2012.
Well, I don't know where you're at in your contributions, the amount of weeks that you do have. But I will say, keep checking. So when this reform take place, and it will take place, call us. Call us and find out where you're at. If you're in St. Kitts, you come in and see where you're at. So this reform is very important. Everybody needs to be listening to the message. And when it do take place, you call Social Security or you visit us and see where you're at.
No, but Diane, answer my question. Am I gonna already made my 500 contribution? Do I have to pay any more?
So when you said 500, you're saying that you're at 500?
Because I always on top of things, so I want to make sure. That's why I'm calling.
Well, we can't answer everything perfectly before the reform take place. So
okay, well, I can call.
As I will say to everyone, when the reform do take place, keep checking with Social Security, because that's why we're here. We're looking up for your benefits, and we're here to serve you. So,
all right, thank you, Ms. G.
Stay in touch. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, that's a great note to end the show on. It's always nice to get the engagement from the public, and look forward to seeing you guys next. So next month, how is it gonna work? Is it still gonna be the last month?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You sure you guys are gonna show up, because you guys might have gone to a fete the night before?
No, we gotta make sure the people
hung over and whatever.
No.
Fetting has no place without hours.
Okay. All right. So that's Beyond Basu and Sandra DeCosta for De Silva. What did I say? DeCosta? Sorry. De Silva.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Portuguese on the brain, I guess. Okay. So see you guys next month.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Thank you. Goodbye.
We got Farm Report coming up next. It's 3 minutes after 9 o'clock. We got Troy rearing and ready to go. Frothing at the mouth even.
SL Hudson and Company and the Caribou says to mark the date as Thursday, November 28th, you pay nothing at the gate when the legends Calypso Tent returns to the Meltaway in Buckley site. It was so nice, we're doing it twice. On stage, Lady Diva, Empress Lyrics, The Undertaker, The Ijo, The Invincible, Lady Correct, Westside, Lady Legacy, Lucius, Alamolu, Taz, Reiko, and more. Master of Ceremonies, The Cutter, live and direct at the Meltaway. See you there.
She wake it up from the graveyard.
At Dental Beginnings, where it all begins with your smile, we provide quality dental care, catering to the needs of the whole family. Where gentleness is our specialty and attention to detail is paramount. We offer cleanings, fillings, crown and bridge, root canals, extractions, digital x-rays, and sealants. Dental Beginnings, located at Victoria Road, Bastyr, St. Kitts. Call us at 869-668-1955 or 869-465-1951. Email us at dentalbeginnings@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page. Dental Beginnings. It all begins with a smile.
Oh, na 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 na. Queen of the ring.
6 minutes after 9 o'clock, it's time for Farm Report Island Tea. And just a little taste of Shanna, one of the Groovy Soca finalists. What's up, Shanna? Part of me. We got Troy on the case. Troy, what's up? Let's go.
Hi, good morning. Good morning to all our listeners. Another Wednesday, another Farm Report. Yeah, this morning, let me take care of some business first. The St. Kitts Farmers Cooperative, they will be having the annual general meeting on the 5th of December, Needmos, 6 p.m. So all members are asked to attend. Also, I like to available at the Department of Agriculture Marketing Unit. We have available up there cantaloupe, cabbage, sun melon, and cucumbers, all available at the department marketing unit. Yeah, I think that will take care of that. And then on the other note, I would like to say again, good morning to all our listeners, and I hope all is well. This morning I'm flying solo. Yeah, I'm solo this morning.
But you do most of the time. I mean, at least half the time. You
but sometimes I just feel good when I have the heavy hitter coming. Yeah. So I'm flying solo. But as I at the Department of Agriculture, as I there talking about the marketing unit, there's a serious concern up there with the farmers, and they take the stuff to the unit expecting to be paid on time, but they're having serious difficulty at this point receiving payments for their stuff. So some people tell me that from since July they haven't been paid, and that's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, because I will know that most people who get paid by month, I can't recall that I ain't seen no notice that government ain't pay no month. So it's unfortunate that the farmers have to suffer that fate. And this is the planting season. Most farmers are looking forward to get their money to purchase seeds and other things to get going. So I'm just making an appeal to those in authority who can do better. Please help out the farmers at this point in time. You're talking about August, September, October. Now we're at the end of November, and people are waiting for their payment. So, please. And the other note, as I still there, I will also talk about the fact that the consortium and the farm report has been a little quiet for some time back. And in the time that we've been quiet, we realized that the minister also was quiet. But since the farm report started to say certain things, I realized that the minister is actually vocal again. And I'm happy for that. But one problem I have is that I want to know, when he speak of anything, if we speak of the same thing. Listening to him, it seems as if that he in a different world, a different land. It's not the same St. Kitts and Nevis we're talking about in terms of the farming community. When you listen to him, he paints a picture of all rosy and all nice, everything going well, when he know it's not the truth. But he come out trying to save face by fooling the public that all is well. Here's an issue I just speak about, but I didn't hear him speak about it. The fact that months the farmers are waiting to receive payment. I didn't hear him speak about that when he speak on those programs that he was on last week. So to the minister, I know he will hear this clip. Please do your best to help the farmers to get their payment. I don't know where the problem lies, but please, the farmers need their money. This is coming to the end of the year. Most of them are frightened because of the fact that knowing how government budget work, if at the end of the year they ain't get no money, they ain't gonna get no money until maybe February or March. So most of them are scared of that. So please, before the year close, help the farmers to get their money. And another note, I go on. Last week when Mr. Henderson was in the studio with me, he speak about farmers. He of the view that as far as the administration is concerned, that farmers' votes don't count. They could do without the vote of the farmers. So that's the reason why they tends to treat us the way they're treating us. Right? If you look at it, the Department of Agriculture, last week I spoke about the director. I mean, I think I see something say being confirmed. Right?
Oh, that they were looking for a new director?
They're looking for a new director, so which means that the director is no longer in the seat. You find that even to some of the staff at the department, it was a surprise. I mean, it will be a concern to me because I know that the director was a friend of the consortium. So it will be a bit surprising that her position, she no longer hold her position. And we in the consortium didn't say had an idea of that. But she was a very a good friend of the consortium, somebody who we could have go to and ask for certain favors. And I don't know.
You think that because of the fact that she was maybe friendly with the consortium, that may have had something to do with it?
I don't want to think people are so petty. I don't want to think so, but I don't think. I mean, the vision for agriculture that we shared in the consortium, she share similar vision. So I don't know if other people.
But then logic would say that seems to be at odds, apparently at odds with what the agricultural establishment wants.
Yes. And I don't know if that is what caused her to lose her position. I mean,
and you say you don't want to be petty, but think about your brother.
Yeah,
your brother came in here a couple of times. I mean, one time on vacation, I was very, I just met him. I was very impressed. And he was working on this statistical thing and so on, research and so on, and then they moved him. So
I know he's no longer at the ministry now.
So he's no longer at the ministry now because I know he had moved into Marine.
He said for peace of mind he resigned from the ministry.
Okay.
For peace of mind, because I mean they moved him. He went to Marine, actually doing absolutely nothing.
Even if you don't want to characterize that as petty, it at the very least seems counterproductive to me.
Well, there's a lot of things that is not productive as far as where the ministry is concerned. Because from my understanding is that the past director now is down in the ministry. So that makes two directors now down in the ministry. Right? They had Dr. Challenger. She was a director also. She's down in the ministry now. So I don't know what it is. You find...
You want to take this call?
Yes.
9:15. It's Farm Report. Go ahead, caller.
Greetings, IT.
Hey. Oh, let me ask you. Are you catching us on the radio? You should be able to.
No, not at all. I don't even know what's going on in the radio.
When was the last time you tried? Okay, when you come off, try. Yes, because I think you might be getting something. Okay, all right.
Practically, we in touch.
Okay.
Okay, Farm Report. All right, me can't talk about something else, but it related because you see food with medicine with food. Me was just on another radio station and they must say prostate cancer is inevitable from in the land of the living, whether man or woman you get cancer. So me I say, So in one word, no prevention from this thing here, and the doctor say, no, from India. So me say that's strange because of the creator. The creator going create a superb human being to exist them kind of way, because that is not living. And when you really check it out too, it's like biblically, it's like you have a saying in the Bible said the wages of sin is death. But no, it not stop there, sir. There's no full stop there, sir. It continues saying, but the gift of your creator is eternal life, eternal living. But people tend to just full stop there, sir, by the wages. You know, me associate that kind of thing what the doctor say with that. All right, farm talk. Hey, me keep saying, you know, greetings, my brethren.
Yes, Elder.
You know, me keep saying, you know, and, you know, me heartbeat, you know, that we get this agriculture vibration. You know. His Majesty called it a sacred task, you know. And it is a sacred task because we keep saying it is not just about money, you know. It's concerning the everlastingness of the human body, which Rastafari said goodie. It's about eating and drinking right. Because what's big food import bill? It's not just the money, you know. What's the state of the health of the people who eat in our shelves? You see that man in the studio with you, Aya? The occupation of that man and others like him are angelic. So that is why, you know, we keep saying that there should be a oneness within the movement, the Ministry of Agriculture. Hey, me not partial in this, you know.
But I know you're trying to get the oneness. You try to get a meeting to bring this oneness in the agriculture sector, which I haven't been any footers yet. I don't want to say that it failed because, I mean, we're still alive. We could still continue to try.
Yeah, man, of course. Really glad to get. My intention was to get the item to the table, cross bad word at each other, right? But come to overstanding is like His Majesty at the league at the farming of the OAU. He said to African heads, we cannot leave here, you know. We cannot leave here.
But the struggle continue, Elder. You're aware of that.
We really not give up thing, you know, because give up is associated with death.
We haven't made the inroads that we wanted to.
The state that we're in right now, we could have been further, much further, if there was a oneness on that journey.
Nice.
All you know, one accord, and it hurts me that it is not so, because we are still seeing the whatever, you know, that is not in this fertile land where Marcus Messiah Garvey said the Garden of Eden. I mean, I occupy a couple acres, and I did upon the land.
Okay.
And look upon the earth. And say, wow. I mean, imagine, you know, me in Jamaica, me drive on the road and me see miles of bananas, miles of oranges. I mean, we in the tropics here, man, we saw no worse than Jamaica.
Okay.
So what go on?
In the interest of time,
people dig them grave in the meantime. As we say, it's not about just money. It's not about removing that bill and going forward. You know, it's about saving ourselves and generations unborn by consuming what we ought to consume as original people.
Okay, thanks for the call. In the interest of time, Elder, in the interest of time.
Best wishes, my brethren.
Yeah, thanks for the call.
Yes, I.
Yeah. As Elder rightly pointed out, he tried to bring this oneness in the farming community, but it didn't materialize. I was sent here by the consortium. The consortium represent a group of farmers, section of farmers, and some could come and express themselves. Some may be afraid to express themselves. But I was sent here to echo what they are saying. I'm a representative of the consortium. And by saying that, I just reminding the general public that the consortium speak for the farming community. Not all of our members, not just our members, but people who are not associated with the consortium, we also speak for them, because some of them who are not members of the consortium will approach us and ask us to speak on their behalf to represent them. So when we come here and we say anything, we just actually echoing what the farming community are asking us to echo. So we doing what we're supposed to do as a body, a group representing our membership and the cause of our membership, right? We have the situation with, as I say, the Tabasco situation. You find that there was no kind of communication amongst the farming community that I know of with this project. And this thing is something that is frightening, because I view the Tabasco as a distraction from the 25 by 25. You taking much needed resources away from the farming community, channeling it to the Tabasco, which, I mean, I don't want to be one who seen as giving advice to the government, but if they are listening, they could take advice. The project as is said to be an experiment, right? So I would have said to the politicians, you don't launch an experiment. You do your experiment, and when you have your findings, then so you launch the project. Because if the experiment fails, you're going to come back to the people and tell them you waste their money. The project ain't come off. But that's for them to figure out, right? No farmer have been identified or asked to be a part of this. And it's something that we are looking at closely. We asked the Prime Minister to intervene in the ministry when we realized that the 25 by 25 was not going the way it's supposed to be going. We realized the challenges that we are facing, and we realizing that the minister and the permanent secretary was making a mockery at the farming community. We asked the Prime Minister to intervene. He chose not to. So I was rather surprised to see now that he intervened now in the Tabasco thing. I think that's about to be something, if you say peppers, that's all like agriculture related. So
who has intervened?
Huh?
Who you say has intervened?
The Prime Minister. We asked him to intervene in the Ministry of Agriculture. He chose not to. As I mean, we were having challenges with the minister and the permanent secretary, which we still are having. They have not been resolved. But he chose not to intervene. But if I now, to launch the project, I see him now up front in the Tabasco thing. So is it not an agriculture-related project? I don't know. But his thing I want to know, I view it, this is my personal view.
So definitively this is something that appears to be Well, I can't say definitively and appears to be, but so it still appears that this is going to be a government spearheaded as far as the actual farming and growing of the peppers. It's going to be just government.
What they are saying, because I mean, if you listen to the Prime Minister, he said that have a chance to have the potential to pay pep workers. So, which to me indicate that you're going to.
But you can pay pep workers by farming it out to the farmers as well, having the farmers contribute to.
Of course, that could happen. I mean, I don't want to be one who say, well, I'm bashing this thing.
Let's try. Okay,
I personally would have preferred, if we're going to put time and energy into something, it should have been, instead of Tabasco, why not have our own labeled pepper? Why not put the energy into that? And you got agro-processing and them come in. Why not put the energy into that?
In fact, this would be an opportunity to have both.
Okay, you see.
So you're surprised, but then you say, maybe we can have our own.
We could have our own labeled pepper. Let's put our energy. Or he's trying to say that we are not good enough for that. We could get a world-renowned pepper brand out there also. If we're going to grow pepper for somebody, why not do it for ourselves?
Yeah, you can have Lime pepper.
Right.
Because, Tabasco is named after a state in Mexico.
Yeah, you see that?
So Tabasco.
That's something we could think about doing. If we really want to help the community to uplift themselves.
That's a very good point, Troy. That's a very good
just
point.
The way how politicians think. But I mean, a representative.
The project on its face is not a bad project, but to your point, I mean, you would have thought that they would have involved the farmers.
But I don't know.
And also what you said just now is a great idea. I can't say
the project is not a bad or good project because I don't know what the details of the project is.
True, to be fair.
Because the thing is that...
Because we don't...
The consortium was in conversation with people already. And based on the cost to ship things, we find that it wasn't feasible.
So it could be that McKillany is gonna... Maybe they're gonna send their ships or whatever.
I don't know. We don't know the thing that if you're talking about you're gonna take peppers from St. Kitts to Louisiana. That freight will be very heavy. I'm not saying Miami.
Yeah, the only thing that makes sense is that McKillany is gonna deal with that.
I don't know. And then if they pay the freight, what will be the end result back down here? Mm-hmm. Are we talking about making a big song and dance over pennies? Because when we do the math to ship peppers, the guy had one peppers go Canada and in the United States, and we were looking at like $1 something a pound for us, which doesn't make no sense. After we do all this kind of work and
so it begs the question: how is this? Yeah, I totally take the point. So let me ask a question. Is it, I remember reading the government thing and they mentioned pepper puree or pepper paste. Is it going to be pureed here or they're going to send them whole? How you have any idea how that's going to work?
No idea.
Because I'm assuming if you pre-process it here, as in maybe whether it's a puree or paste or whatever, that might be easier for transport and also for reducing perishability and so on.
Yes,
right?
but then give us the details and let me know why you cast the treasury. Because what I'm really looking at is you moving resources away from the farming community.
You have a comment here. I was wondering why it is so hard to just think. Agro-processing is needed, so why not have our own projects? Local hot sauce, peppers, wine, mango hot sauce, etc. You said hot sauce twice, but yeah, take the point.
Yeah, because it's all about promoting your own. This is the time that you're supposed to start to think about your own, building your own. You know? I mean, some people claim America first. You see? Let me build our own. It's okay to say, all right, we're going back to plantation days. taking our people backwards. If we're going to do something like that, let us own it. Let we be the owner of it. The end product, the start and the finish, let we be the owner of it.
Try, you don't know how powerful what you just said is, I never even thought of that. Our own pepper brand. I mean, it could still be done, really, but that's a great idea.
I just saying something because I know they're gonna hear the tape, so at least they could think about it. Because as is, nothing going on in the farming sector. We in the consortium, we had started a planting program last year. We had to stop the planting program because the seeds was pulled. The seeds that we were using was pulled from the shelf. This year start our planting program. We ain't in no better position. We actually worst off. We are late because of the seeds. We are unable to get the seeds we want to do the planting. We are late. And to listen to the minister talking about all is well and how things going on in agriculture, I would like to invite him to the Farm Report and speak to our audience and tell them that what I sit here and saying is far from the truth. Just come speak clearly the ear, speak to our audience, because you just speak on other programs, so maybe you talk to a different audience. Speak to our audience and let them know that what the Farm Report is saying is far from the truth. And you clear up the ear for us, please. I invite him to come anytime and do that. I will invite him on the Farm Report. So you don't have to pay for the program, you don't have to pay for the time. We'll pay for it. You come and you could sit across from me too, and we could have a discussion and the way forward for agriculture and talk about what you are doing. And I will talk about what you are doing, compliment you with what you are doing, and point to you the direction which you are not going, and see how we could get the best for the farming community.
Yes.
That's.
You have a comment here.
It's sad, though, week after week, the same story.
So I have a comment here. It says, Troy and Drew's Pepper Project. Something more in that. Special envoy Hadia Claxton is counsel for Tabasco. Something more in that. That's what that person is saying. Troy makes plenty sense.
We got to try and build our people. Build the farmers. We have a lot to offer. We were in meeting and we were told how much health benefit you get from agriculture. But we are not seeing the linkage between agriculture and health happening. And people are saying, yes, we with farmers, we all about agriculture because it's good for the health and reduce the stress on the health sector if we get it right, if we eat right.
Yeah.
But we're not seeing the linkage.
Actually, when we actually have the time, but when the elder called, when he was talking about prostate cancer, I was thinking, the food is the medicine.
Yes.
All you have to do is, as long as you eat healthily, you eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, and you exercise and so on, you should be fine. So this whole thing that prostate cancer is inevitable, I don't agree with that.
Let's promote the agriculture.
Yeah.
And
we have a last comment here from the same person. We have, let me see. Oh, you have two. Wow, you have two comments. Another one just came in. What? Yeah, so two more came in. As long as the farmers and people continue to stay silent and not protest, the leaders can do as they please, which is exactly what is happening. We must follow the rule of law, which provides some safety measures for the people. And then the last one is, we have our own brand, wine, hot sauce, etc. And a few of our local entrepreneurs try to create and are creating local products. However, the government should do more in sourcing markets and investors.
Well, if you don't have brands already, let's build on it, strengthen it, put all our weight behind them so that they could go out there and sell trinkets. So that's a good point. If we already have a brand, let's build on it. Find a way to build on it. The Tabasco where they are, and we move on with our own thing, sell our own thing. We could get our own thing as far as they could go. Every single corner of the globe, we could get our stuff. If we link our produce with our tourism product and what's not, just so we promote with tourism product, we promote them the same way. Let people know of them. We get it out there. Create a whole new market, a whole new opportunity for jobs. We could do that. So once again, I could thank Queen FM.
Try, yeah,
for the
as
time.
usual, yeah.
I was just warming up.
Okay, last comment before you go. I have to read this for you. From Cleo. Listening to Farm Report every week, it's kind of disturbing because it's known as though the government is sabotaging the consortium, and it's like they don't care about sustaining the country when it comes to food. Seems like they want us to depend on the ships to bring in the food. On that note.
But that comment is all right, you know. I mean, remember, we were told that it's right. So the comment is just right. And we won't have it. We are not going to stay there and let it happen. You know? It's unfortunate that most people who associate themselves with the consortium find themselves at odds with the administration.
And it really shouldn't
shouldn't be
like
because
that.
the consortium is not going against what the administration is doing.
And it shouldn't be seen as a battle. It should be seen as
we're asking for a partnership.
I hit dog will holler. All you guys are doing is talking about the shortcomings and the challenges,
but if
agitating for
if
change.
If we in it together
and improvement,
who are we going to criticize? Ourselves? If we in it together?
Exactly.
Our success is your success, and you want to be successful. So. I
don't understand.
Thanks again for the time to all our listeners. Thank you.
Okay, so see you back next week. Okay. So that's Farm Report. It's 9:39 and Island Tea with me solo continues right after these words from Rams, the sponsors for this day part.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Fruta full of vitamin thing. Real fruit juice, not full of vitamin. Pop open the goodness, just dive in. Fruta every night, fruta every morning.
It's the amazing taste and quality in fruit juice you've come to know and love. Anytime, anywhere, any occasion. Fruta is your tastier, better, healthier choice.
We got the vibes, Fruta. Real nice, Fruta.
And for the families, remember to pick up the 1 liter.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put a Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. Here a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Oh, na 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 na. Queen of the ring. When I'm feeling down and I don't feel so strong, there is only one thing I need. I need a soca song. It makes me feel alive. uncertain. This is all I need. Music company. I never know I could miss a part of me. Please come back to me. Cause soca is a part of me. When I hear the music, soca is the drug I need. Hey, soca is a part of me. When I hear the music, soca give me energy. So I wind down low and I drop it low and I bend my back and I push it back and I shake that thing and I cock it back and I dash. That's soca music. So I wind down low and I drop it low and I bend my back and I push it back and I shake that thing and I cock it back and I dash. That's soca music. Cause soca is a part of me. When I hear the music, soca is the drug I need. Hey, soca is a part of me. When I hear the music, soca give me energy. It's a part of me. Soca, 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 soca. It's a part of me. Soca, 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 soca. It's a part of me. Soca, 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 soca. It's a part of me. Soca, soca.
I love. It's how we born and raised. Oh, oh. It's how we born and raised. Oh, oh, oh. Beaming with escape, pride and win and the bit for nobody. Camilla movie from Kitchen Division representing totally. I place my hand across my heart and pledge allegiance to the flag. Oh, land of beauty, we a piece about. Give thanks for everything we have. Ooh. SKN forever. Ooh, me not think there's no place better. Ooh, SKN forever. Ooh, me not think there's no place better. This is all so nice and saying it's sweet now. And I'm in love with this island life. You are talk only for. It's a my home, and I love it so till. It's a my home, and I love it for real. Go so. Home sweet home is excellent. I going always represent. Sing this song as a testament. In a SKN me well confident. Paradise and me location. Me live where everybody want vacation. Make your flags them high in celebration. And show some love to the federation. Ooh, ooh, SKN nice and good. Ooh, ooh, where I live is like a movie. Ooh, ooh, SKN nice and good. Island like a movie. This is all so nice and take it sweet now. And I'm in love with this island life. You are talk only for. It's a my home, and I love it so till. It's a my home, and I love it for real. Let me say this how we born and raised. Oh, oh. This how we born and raised. Oh, oh, oh.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Not going well. A message to Dr. Drew and his crew. Listen carefully, you know. You thought I was joking when I start complaining that things in this country not going well. You ignored my warning, and instead of heeding to the things I said, you gave me hell. But instead of getting better, we deeper in the mire. Now the whole ship going under, and all across the country, the people unhappy. Can't eat, can't sleep, and fearing for their safety. And they crying, things not going well. Oh, things not going well. Things not going well. Things not going well. And nobody has to tell
tell you that what I say is true, because it ain't only me. And you're feeling it too. There's hardly anybody in this land not getting hell, because things not going well. It's easy to tell, things not going well. In this federation, those things really not going well. Murders escalating, the body count rising, the country going through hell. It is clear that what we're doing simply is not working. Meanwhile, another family is in mourning. While some blame the police for the obvious increase, for me, it's real. Without justice there is no peace. And they crying, things not going well. Oh, things not going well. Things not going well. Things not going well. And nobody has to tell you that what I say is true, because it ain't only me. You feeling it too. There's hardly anybody in this land not getting hell, because things not going well. It's easy to tell, things not going well. Yes, things tight. We know they're good. Jack and Marky, good friend Mamlin Davis, Holy Faith. Come on. In the business sector, things not getting better. Small business owners going through real hell. It's like we are forgetting that they are the engine, and when they strike, the country does well. As we look to build a future where everyone does better, we need a very strong small business sector. We have no other option trying to save this nation but to join hands and work in unison. And we sing, things not going well. Oh, things not going well. Things not going well. Things not going well. And nobody has to tell you now what I say is true, because it ain't only me. Me friend them feeling it too. There's hardly anybody in this land not getting hell, because things not going well. It's easy to tell, things not going well. Hi, so man. This one is for the leaders. All them tin skin leaders. Man from number 3, you better listen. Yeah. Leaders, are you listening to all the complaining that things in this country not going well? The masses are crying, have a hard time coping, while some behaving like their heads swell. Some of your recent behavior leave don't test, don't mess with our democracy. And they crying, things not going well. Oh, things not going well. Things not going well. Things not going well. And nobody has to tell you. Now what I say is true, because it ain't only me. I'm gonna keep feeling it too. There's hardly anybody in this land not catching hell, because things not going well. It's easy to tell, things not going well. Things not going well.
Hey, that's Big Lice.
What a problem, man. Things not going well.
9:53. And just reminding you of the big Calypso Throwdown, the Legends tent. They're going to be doing their thing at the Meltaway tomorrow, Thursday. That's on Walwyn Avenue. That's the Democrat Street. That's what everyone calls it. Democrat is on one side, gas station, West Side gas station on the other. Down that street, not even far. It's like maybe about maybe 100 meters down that road, maybe. On the right, the Meltaway. And just letting you guys know that today on Voices, I'm going to be holding it down on Voices. And my guests for the first hour are the Department of Gender Affairs, going to be Trinaya Douglas. She is a gender officer in the Department of Gender Affairs, and also Sarah Hendrickson, Director of the Department of Gender Affairs. And the topic is 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence. That's a social media campaign that the Department of Gender Affairs is undertaking. All right. And just breaking you off some of the great music. Some of the great music that's been breaking down the airwaves for Sugar Mass 2024. All right. Here comes Excess Band. Rick-Tick. Actually, this guy made it to the Power Soca Finals.
Jamming, high grade, just a blaze, yeah, we puffin', puffin'.
Hey, that's XS Band featuring Rick Tick. It's one of the upcoming bands, and Rick Tick is also in the Power Soca Finals with that track. Band on the On Block is the name of the track. I'm just reading a story here of a UK tourist there's a suspected drowning that took place at the Timothy Beach Pier in Frigate Bay, resulting in the tragic death of UK national Jill Lowe. Apparently she was snorkeling with her husband at Shitten Bay. According to preliminary investigations, Lowe was seen unresponsive in the water during their snorkeling excursion. The couple was quickly transported to Frigate Bay via the St. Kitts and Nevis Defence Force Guard vessel, and emergency services were immediately called to the scene. Efforts were made to revive Lowe, but despite the best attempts of responders, she was pronounced deceased at the scene. So, very sad story. These people probably came down on vacation, and so just letting everyone, just asking everyone to be careful, both locals and visitors alike. Just be careful when you venture into the water. All right. Yes, please try and be careful. Very sad news there, and our hearts go out to the family and so on. So 1 minute until 10 o'clock. Don't forget, coming up at 11 o'clock, you can join me, WinFM 98.9, winmediaskn.com, and of course our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch pages. Voices at 11 o'clock. I'm going to have a team from the Department of Gender Affairs for the first hour. All right? As they promote their social media campaign. Let me read what that is again. Okay, yeah. So it's 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. It's a social media program that the Department of Gender Affairs is undertaking. So, yeah. So come back at 11 o'clock. If you're listening on the radio, even better. You just keep the radio on, right? And yeah. So it's 10 o'clock. So on behalf of Kortensia and Jay Black, you guys have a great day. But stay with us. I'm coming back for voices in an hour or so. In an hour. Department of Gender Affairs on deck. All right. So I'll see you back here at 11. Well, anyway, make sure I have some nice music for you guys in the lead up to voices at 11. Socrates is not available today, so it falls to me to hold it down. This is not goodbye. This is just what do we call this? It's just okay. I'll be back in a bit. That works. Oh, by the way, that's Tazzy G. Tazzy G and Climate. This is another finalist for the Power Soca finals for Sugar Mass 2024.